welcome back to the Rose Report YouTube channel. This Monday, tomorrow, we're playing Luton Town, and it's a big game, as we all know. If we win tomorrow, then the playoffs are well and truly back on. I mean, it leads us to the last game of the season against Millwall, and if we just win that, playoffs are so confirmed, it's unreal. But joined here today by two young men who I started this channel with. Come on, say hi, boys.
Hello.
That was in unison. That was mad. But yeah, come on. I'll start with you, Alfie. Alfie, come on. Give us your thoughts on the Luton game tomorrow. What's your predictions?
Uh, it's going to be a tough game, as we all know. But I'm hoping if Luton maybe drop a couple of players, throw themselves for the playoffs, I think we can win. I think we can definitely take a result from it. Like if we play like we did against Burnley, as long as we're more clinical in front of goal, I reckon we can definitely take a result from them.
Yeah, and it does. It comes down to that clinical nature every time, doesn't it? I mean, we just can't seem to score in front of goal. But I've rambled on enough about that the past 4 or 5 weeks now. I don't think we need to go over that anymore. But Faelan, come on, coming up to Luton tomorrow. What are your thoughts on the game?
I agree with Alfie. I think creative creativity is good, but we can't put it in the back of the net. And if you can't put it in the back of the net, you don't get a result, you don't get points, and you don't win games.
Yeah, and this Luton game, we need to win more than ever. I think our goal difference, like we were just saying, if we don't score a lot, do we? So our goal difference is poor. So even if point wise, yes, we probably could get playoffs if we lose against Luton, but then win against Millwall, the goal difference says differently completely. I think this moves on to our next topic really perfectly. I think Luton, who do we play up front? I'm going to go straight to you this time, Phil. And who would you be playing up front against Luton?
Harry Leonard.
Simple as that. No explaining, just Harry
Um,
Leonard.
well, there's no risk we can take if we can't score. Then Harry Leonard's no worse than what we've got up front at the moment. So it's not a risk. You start Harry Leonard.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, from what we've seen from him, he's very raw. He just loves being in front of the goal, can't you? You can just see whenever he's in the middle of that pitch, right, and he's got any chance coming his way, he'll shoot, and that's what we need right now. You know, if you're chucking 10 shots at a keeper, one of them's got to go in, and Harry Leonard wants to shoot every single time he gets the ball, and I love it. But what about you, Alfie? Who would you be starting?
I agree. I think Harry Leonard has to start. He scored. I think it was last Sunday. He scored a couple of times, but at the end of the day, we're not really got anything to lose. I don't think. I reckon for his first season with JDT, we're overachieving. So if we put Harry Leonard in, might as well give him the chance he deserves.
Yeah, and in the Premier League too, he's absolutely ripping it up. I think he ended on something stupid like 18 goals or 19 goals in all competitions. And to be fair, he missed out on a lot of games as well due to being in the first team all the time as well. So fair play to the young lad. And like I said there as well, JDT has massively overachieved, hasn't he? And I've had a lot of people in the comments recently on social media going, what do you mean he's massively overachieved? We expect this from this side. We were once in the Prem, stuff like that. I think some people need to stop living in the past. We have massively overachieved this year. This was meant to be a turnover season. This was meant to be a season where we rebuild, use the academy properly, bring in the odd player from abroad, that JDT sim play whilst he was in Sweden and stuff like that. And we've done none of that. We've just used 3 or 4 academy players and gone, you know what? Sammy Schmodix, cheap as butters, Britain, cheap as butters. We spent about 2.75 mil in total over the 2 transfer windows, and we've gone, right, this is the team we've got. And somehow he's managed to make it work. So fair play to him. But let's focus more on the game tomorrow. I want predictions. I'm going to go to you, Alfie. Predictions for tomorrow's game.
1-0 Rovers. Daniel Ayala header in the last minute.
the Spanish man, because he's back tomorrow. Yeah, he'll probably be on the bench. I mean, a lot of people are very happy with that, especially with Scott Wharton's appearances off the bench. They've not been very happy with it because he can't play out the back. But I don't think Daniel Ayala can do any better playing out the back. But defensively, much more solid. What about you, Phil? And predictions tomorrow?
1-0 Blackburn Rovers. Adam Wharton goal.
Yeah, and I think we've all been wanting Adam Wharton to get his goal recently. I think he's been absolutely incredible. By far, I think can be one of the best centre mids in the Championship next season if he gets a game every single week. I mean, the young lad just knows how to pick a pass. He can break a back line with one pass, and the way he uses his body as well. I think in the one game alone against Burnley, I think he got 4 or 5 fouls. I mean, you pull them fouls in against the big teams, you slow the momentum down against the teams that are going to want to persist to just keep on coming at you all game. But my predictions tomorrow, I think we'll beat them 2-1. I think Luton defensively are very solid and they like the counter attack, and we are very, very bad at dealing with counter attacks. How we've seen against some teams, including Preston, which I don't like talking about that game. But 2-1. I think that Diaz will get one. I think Diaz, these last 2 games, he'll try and give it everything to try and prove, I'm going, but I'm going to try and leave you guys in a position where we got as high as we could in my last season there. So I think he'll get one. I think that Harry Leonard would get one. And then for Luton, I don't give a toss who scores for them, but they'll score one. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and thank you, Faelan and Alfie, for joining.
Cheers.
No worries. Anytime.
And yeah, let's get behind them Blues. It's a tough one. We know we should be up there, especially with the start of the season. We were up there all season. There's at some points everyone thought we might get automatics in second place because we were playing that well, and we've dropped off. But at the end of the day, it doesn't mean we shouldn't support them. Let's go give it everything tomorrow, and let's hope we can get a win for the playoffs.